All right, what's up, guys? So we're gonna show you, or I'm gonna show you today, right, how you can make more money, right? Not changing anything else, not spending more, not like going out finding different clients, but how you can make more money by just changing one thing in your pitch. So let's go ahead and break this down. This is how you're gonna be able to make more, okay? More money by just doing these three things. And this is going to be towards the end as you're building the value, so towards the end of the value building process. So I'm just going to dive right into it. And remember, guys, subscribe and hit the bell because videos like this are going to be coming out. I think right now I'm dishing one out like every day, something crazy like that. But for sure, a new one will be out every week. So hit the bell so you see this. I typically give out free stuff with the video, and who doesn't like that? That's cool, right? So anyway, let's just go into it. Number one. So the number one thing you want to lead into after you start building the value is, that's supposed to be a C. I mean, yeah, there you go. Can you see? Okay? So this is gonna be the first thing as you start clearing. So after that, you've already built the value, right? If you guys have my Crushing the Consultation ebook at the bottom of this video, then you already know like how to build, right, that credibility and that trust and to be able to establish the value. So at the end of the value building process, leading into your trial closes, because that's what these are like trial closes leading to your actual close, you're gonna say, can you see why others, like why other dentists or why other seven-figure e-commerce stores are willing to invest in this type of campaign? Okay, can you see why? Because what you're trying to fish for is a yes. They're going to say absolutely. A lot of the time, if you build the value right, they're going to say absolutely. I totally see why people are doing that. Like that makes total sense. Okay, so you want to get that type of response because here's what's going to happen. If they don't give you that type of response where they say absolutely, yeah, totally, they're going to say something like, not really, I still don't really understand it. And that's going to open the door for you to find the real objection why they would say no. And then you're going to come back and say, oh, totally understand. What part of X exactly doesn't make sense to you? So now you're going to deep dive the real reason why they are not willing to say yes yet, so you can overcome that and then get the sale. See how that works? This is going to open up the door to either get the yes or to find out why they're not quite yet sold on your proposition. See that? Okay, so that's number one. After you get the yes here and you cleared out the objections, they have no objections, you're going to lead into the second one. Guys, if you're already loving this, write in the comments that you're loving it and just share it with somebody, tell somebody. All right, number two. Here's the thing, okay? So can you, okay, the next thing, if you guys are doing webinars, right, you're already gonna know that this is gonna sound a little familiar here, but if this, okay? Oh my gosh, I love this. So if this, so you have can you see and then if this. So the way this is gonna work is gonna sound something like this, okay? If this were to only increase your revenue by 30% each month, or let's say if this were to increase your revenue by an additional 10% each month, would it be worth it? Okay? You see, would it be worth it? Because that's like you just said here. Can you see why? You know, they invest in this. Would it be worth it if this only increased your bottom line by 10%? They're gonna say, yeah, because remember, you're talking to a seven-figure store, so 10% is like an extra 100 grand a year. So, or a multi-seven-figure store where it's multiple six figures a year extra, they'd be like, absolutely, because at this point they already know how you're gonna do it, okay? So this is just affirmation, affirming that they believe that. Believe, not think, okay? Or feel, believe, okay? So if this were to generate one additional client per month for you, would it be worth it? So let's say that you're selling like 10 grand a month to a nursing home negligence attorney, right? Where one client for them is like $250,000, $100,000 net profit, right? If you could generate one of these every quarter and you're only charging them 10 grand a month or maybe $5,000 a month management fee, then clearly them paying you 120 grand a year is gonna be insanely worth it, okay? So that's why you wanna position it this way, right? Again, if you guys are loving this, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell because we're just getting started, all right? So I'm gonna dive into number three. So first of all, guys, I wanna just recap. So can you see why others in your industry invest in this type of program? If this were to only do X, would it be worth it? And then number three, get this right here. So this is justify, okay? And this is my favorite part because I love the negotiation process, first of all. And secondly, if you haven't gotten any objections here for these two, then this is gonna service the rest of them, because at this point you've already pitched a higher dollar amount. This is how you're gonna get them to pay more, okay? This is how you get the client to pay you more, okay? For the exact same service you've offered in the past. Justify. So I'm not even gonna write it up here, just pay attention here. What would you need to see as a return in order to justify spending $10,000 a month with me? Realistically, what would you need to see as a return if you were spending $10,000 a month with me? I wouldn't even say if, I would just say spending $10,000 a month with me, or 20,000, or whatever depending on who you're pitching and what you're pitching. So they're gonna say, realistically, Rob, I would have to see, at least twice my money back. I would have to see at least $20,000 a month return. So depending on who you're talking to, make sure you understand their buying cycle of the customer. So if it takes them 3 months before they make a purchase from the initial contact, remember that it's going to take 3 months from that first month, right? So they're gonna end up spending 30 grand with you over 3 months before they see that sale come in, which that sale might be, again, if it's a 3 month, maybe it's a $20,000 sale, right? And you get 3 people in the pipeline in 1 month, and the same thing in the next month and the next month. Well, they're gonna make, if it's $20,000 a customer, $60,000 by month 3. They've already spent 30, so they're already seeing that return. So you need to make sure that you reverse engineer these KPIs that way, which you could see in one of my other videos, buzzwords to use, right, with a client. But this is gonna help you justify that. So after you have the answer of what they would need to see in order to make this purchase with you, okay, invest in this service with you. Once you have that information, you've justified it. So this way you can go for the close. This is all your trial closes, okay? And there's a lot of others that I use, but these are 3 of my favorite, okay, leading into the close. Can you see why others in your industry, can you see why other dentists, can you see why other attorneys invest in a campaign like this? To be able to start to scale a little bit faster than they are, to be able to narrow down their audience to a specific sub-niche so you can get paid a little bit more. Can you see why they invest in this? You're gonna say, yeah, absolutely, okay. If this were to just bring in 1 additional patient a month, or if this were to just increase your bottom line by 10%, if you're talking to an e-com store, would it be worth it? You say, yeah, duh, would, like, let's just sign up now. And you say, okay, totally, I'm excited to get this ball rolling with you. Just one more question, I'm curious. So if you did, I'm just curious, spending $10,000 a month with me, what would you need to see as a return on that spend in order to justify this partnership? Because before we move forward, I just want to make sure that's realistic for both of us. And if you use that line, they're going to say, oh my God, he's not even going to do business with me if he knows he can't get the job done, right? So that's how their mind's going to start working. You've now elevated their level of thinking, and now they are on your side. So this way, it's going to be profitable for both parties. Because you should never take on a client anyway if you can't generate those results for them, or have the team to do that. That's why I love to outsource. But this right here, these are the 3 trial closes that are going to get you to have a higher dollar client pitching the same services to the same niches, but they're just paying you more, guys. So no downloads for this video at the bottom, but you can still get all my other free stuff that's gonna help you in the sale to be able to generate a higher ticket client without changing niches, just changing the way that you approach the sale from the get-go to the close. And again, this is just trial closing, guys. This is after you've built value in the process, and this is before the actual close. This is the trial close, okay? Because after they said yes to all of this, now you're moving into the closing, and it's a totally different ballgame. I'm not gonna get to that here. So if you thought this was helpful, guys, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. I'm trying to come out with a video like every day or something like that, or week, I don't know. But it's something often, okay? So just subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and tell your friends about it, because this is where all the cool kids hang out. All right, see you on the next video.